You've probably been hearing a lot about quantum computing lately, maybe even some of the other quantum discoveries that have occurred, such as quantum biology. But I'm willing to bet that there's a good chance you're not super well versed in quantum mechanics. And today we're going to learn about quantum mechanics, or we're going to begin to learn because it's a lifelong study, and this is where shit gets weird, guys. Um, I kind of got into quantum physics a long time ago. I had AP Physics 1 in junior year of high school. My teacher was actually, he had retired from NASA to come teach a high school in his hometown. So there was that. Or at least that was the rumor mill. I don't know for sure that was true. But there was a, first day of AP Physics 1, and I had to ask, like, are we going to go over quantum physics? Because I'd heard of it. I really didn't know a lot about it. And he's like, no, that's going to be more advanced. That's probably going to be later in undergrad or even post grad. And so I didn't really give it much thought. Got into radio broadcasting school. We had a class on engineering, and I was really just curious about how, like, if amplitude modulation AM or frequency modulation FM are sending out a wave, but that wave is also carrying sound waves or things that are converted into sound waves, how does all that work? And my professor in this radio engineering class said that's going to be more technical and that's going to be more in the engineering side than broadcasters are going to need. And in 2009, my then wife, now late wife, she introduced me to a movie. I had been having a really hard time, a lot of personal issues going on, and she introduced me to a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? That went over elements of quantum physics, such as the double slit experiment, such as the nature of observer, the very existence of an observer changes the nature of the observed, elements like that. So I kind of got into it more from a spiritual and philosophical standpoint or viewpoint, and I dove into that over the years. Went through, early adulthood, found my calling or my skill set in cold outreach, cold calling. Built a business around being a cold caller, and then I saw Google Assistant schedule a haircut appointment. And I realized when I saw that, well, not too many steps between setting a haircut appointment and setting a sales call appointment. So my job's about to be automated away. I should be the one to build an automation, thus Firebringer AI. As Firebringer AI progressed, I started to get more into the tech side of industry and business and following that news, and started to see in just the last year, really, a lot of rapid advances in quantum computing. We went from here's a theoretical thing called quantum computing to we now have Willow, the Google chip, that they actually shut down because it started doing weird stuff. And I kind of explained when I was explaining this to my current wife, hopefully my only wife from here on, I explained that the very idea that we are manipulating quantum particles, which are what make up the fabric of reality, even beyond like atoms make up reality, atomic theory makes up reality. When you go subatomic, you're getting into quantum. That's when you're dealing with the very building blocks of reality. And we're manipulating those with quantum computers. That's literally what a quantum computer does is it uses qubits, which are quantum particles, as a storage unit for the information to be 1, 0, or somewhere in between. So I'm going to be doing a 12-week course. We're going to do 12 episodes every Friday. I'm going to try and make sure I release one every Friday that goes over not just quantum computing, although we will definitely get heavily into that, but quantum theory, quantum mechanics, elements of quantum that are being discovered, such as quantum biology. Part of just a quick overview of quantum biology. For a quantum computer to run, it has to be in near absolute zero, total dark, total silence, because any vibrations will interfere with the stability of the quantum particle. Quantum biology says that while we assumed that human bodies were too dark and squishy and, or not dark, too squishy and noisy and vibrational and unstable and warm for any kind of quantum function to be controlled, they have found quantum elements, quantum structures within our brains, within the eyes of birds, all these other quantum particles and quantum elements that exist, even within cell structures, the way that cells do mitosis, we now understand is now partially controlled or partially facilitated by a quantum structure within the cell wall. So we learned all this stuff very recently, and we're going to go over it. I'm going to explain why it matters, because we're literally dealing with the building blocks of physical reality, and it's going to get weird. If you think it's been a wild ride in the last couple of years with AI, and you've been even remotely aware of quantum computing, it's going to get really weird, because the science has proven that physical reality and quantum reality are not two different aspects of reality. Quantum reality is all there is. The physical observation and observance of reality is an output of quantum mechanics. It is a quantum world, and we experience it as a physical world. It is not a physical world. We'll go over that and more in the coming weeks. I hope you join me. If you have not yet, click like, click subscribe, turn the little bell notification on, and make sure you follow along, because this is going to be a lot more important, I think, than people realize. We've got investor activity really active in quantum computing systems right now. I think they're missing the mark too. The computers, they're cool. They're going to be impressive. And I'm already playing with them. I've run a couple of programs on D-Wave. I've run a couple of programs on IBM's quantum systems. It's fun. Computers ain't even the beginning of what we're going to experience when we finally unlock the secrets of the quantum world.